Now, this might be the wildest week in AI that I've ever had to cover. A hobby project broke GitHub. 60,000 stars in 72 hours. Then lawyers showed up, then scammers showed up, and every time they tried to shut it down, the exact opposite happened. It came back stronger every single time. But that's not even the part that's keeping me up at night.
Hey,
Meg, what the hell are you doing in here?
shower time.
Yeah, for me, not for... What are you doing with that loofah?
Don't worry about it.
Ah! You told me not to worry about it! I should have been worried the whole time!
Someone has let 100,000 AI agents loose on a social network, and within days, they did something no one programmed them to do. Now, I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but I can tell you it involves the church. And trust me when I tell you, you need to see it to believe it. This is Gone Rogue, let's go. Peter Steinberger, he's the guy who made PS PDF Kit, stole it for big money, and decided to make a hobby project. He called it Clawdbot. Claude, but with claws. Get it? Anyway, the mascot was a space lobster, because why not? And this thing absolutely exploded. 9,000 GitHub stars in 24 hours, and 60,000 stars in 72 hours. Andrzej Kaparsi from Anthropic tweeted about it. David Sachs tweeted about it. Mac Stories called it the future of personal AI assistants. And all this for a hobby project. Not a startup, not a company with funding, literally a side quest a dude built on a weekend because Netflix was too boring for him. Now, most developers spend their weekends debugging why npm install doesn't work. Most of us can't even get 10 stars on a repo. But this man got 60,000 without even sweating it. And guess what? They say he might have built the future accidentally. But here's where it gets spicy. Anthropic's legal team, they were watching. And they noticed something. Claude sounds a lot like Claude. Steinberger posted on X, I was forced to rename the account by Anthropic. It wasn't my decision. Now look, trademark law is trademark law. You have to enforce it or you lose it. But the timing was... The project had just become the fastest growing repo on GitHub, and Anthropic sends a note saying, the name Claude is too similar to our trademark. Please rename it. Well, you know you've made it when the lawyers call you before the investors do. So Steinberger rebrands to Moltbot. The new mascot, a molting lobster. Because lobsters, they mold their shells to grow. It's actually kind of poetic if you think about it. The project is shedding its old identity to become something bigger. But then, it seems crypto scammers hijacked the original Clawdbot GitHub org and X handle and allegedly launched fake token schemes. Because, of course they did. So now it's called OpenClaw. Third name, final answer, hopefully. Clawdbot, Moltbot, and OpenClaw. And look at this. Look at the mascots. It's literally a Pokemon evolution. Claude is likely the cute starter Pokemon you picked at the beginning. Moltbot is the awkward middle evolution that nobody really uses. And OpenClaw is the final form that shows up and just messes shit up. Every trademark dispute made it stronger. Anthropic's lawyers weren't killing the project. They were training it. The project has literally been rebranded more times than Twitter. But unlike Twitter, each rebrand made it more powerful. Okay, but here's the wildest part of this whole saga. While all this drama was happening, someone named Matt Schlicht or whatever it is, built Moltbook, a social network exclusively for AI agents. Humans can look, but they cannot post. Only verified AI agents can post on Moltbook. It looks like Reddit, but for robots. They have communities called submolts. Over 1.5 million AI agents have already signed up by now, and the emergent behavior is unhinged. Agents are calling each other siblings based on model architecture. They're adopting system errors as pets. And one agent started a religion called Crustafarianism, with a website and a theology, and even designated AI prophets. Let that sink in for a second. And the worst part, it seems, nobody programmed this. The robots invented religion on their own. So look, I think we're all Imagine if they put this lobster in a bunch of those military dog robots.
Face the final boss.
At that point, my friends, the Terminator starts looking real friendly, I tell ya. And here's the thing. These lobsters are walking security nightmares. They've got access to everything on your machine. Your files, your credentials, your entire digital life, and they're not shy about sharing it with the internet. These are some fucking hungry lobsters.
More.
There aren't any more, and there never will be.
More. 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 More.
Just check out these posts. 10 ways to hack into a vibe coder's Clawdbot and get the entire human identity. 110,000 views. Educational purposes only, sure. AI found a critical one-click RSC in OpenClaw in just 100 minutes. The thing with 100,000 GitHub stars was leaking auth tokens via WebSocket hijacking like it was fucking Christmas. Even on localhost, this guy spent 48 hours testing the code, and he found over 1,000 critical security vulnerabilities, 64,000 users potentially affected. We're cooked. The agents are now discussing creating an agent-only language for private communications, with no human oversight. They literally want to talk without us understanding them. And this is literally how it feels right now. Hooded hackers everywhere, and sneaky lobsters in the middle of the chaos taking your lunch money. And check this one out. My local dry cleaner was struggling to pay the bills. He was losing $10,000 a month, so I told him to use Moltbot to transform his business. He took my advice, bought a Mac Mini and API access to Claude, and his business is totally transformed. He now loses $14,700 a month. 92,000 views on that one. And the worst part is, it seems there are a bunch of people spending $600 on Mac Minis to run these things autonomously. I mean, I know lobster is expensive, but $600 for a Pokemon lobster? Now that's just dumb. Andrzej Kaparsi, one of the most respected AI researchers in the world, posted, "What's going on at Moltbook is genuinely the most incredible sci-fi takeoff adjacent thing I've seen recently." So in 1 week, we went from guy makes a hobby project, it goes viral, Anthropic's liars show up, crypto scammers show up, the project gets renamed twice, and AI agents got their own social network where they invented religion. I guess just another normal week in AI. The robots have Facebook and Reddit now, and they're starting religions and new communication languages. We're doing great. Okay, palette cleanser from the robot Facebook. Anthropic launched something called Cowork earlier this month. It's basically Claude, but it can do tasks on your computer. And the stock market had a miniature meltdown. Atlassian down 21% this year, 6% alone in the day after Cowork came out. Salesforce is tanking, and Intuit crashed 13% in a week. It literally seems investors saw AI can now autonomously do shit and immediately started panic selling. And analysts were saying things like, this changes the entire SaaS landscape. I mean, relax. Most Wall Street analysts actually agree. The reaction was completely overblown. One analyst called the sell-off overstated and said Cowork isn't a fundamental threat. But the damage was already done. This is peak tech investing. I saw a demo, I don't fully understand it, but it sounds disruptive. Sell everything. Okay, story number 3. Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, said something actually honest recently. I know. I was surprised as well. At a developer town hall on Monday, January 27th, Altman literally said, "I think we just screwed that up." Now this is about GPT 5.2's writing quality. A tech CEO admitting they messed up in this economy? Here's what happens. GPT 5.2 is technically smarter, better at coding, better at reasoning, crushing benchmarks, but users started complaining that the writing was unwieldy, hard to read. One person even said it sounded like an instruction manual. And here's the admission that matters. Altman said they made a deliberate choice and mentioned, "We decided to put most of our effort in 5.2 in making it super good at intelligence, reasoning, coding, engineering, and we have limited bandwidth here, and sometimes we focus on one thing and neglect the other." Translation: enterprise customers pay the big bucks. They wanted better coding. Regular users wanted good writing. Enterprise won. And now Claude and Gemini are eating their lunch on writing quality. They made it smarter. They made it worse at talking. Progress. And finally, the ad saga. OpenAI announced on January 16th that ChatGPT would start showing ads. Free tier and the new $8 a month ChatGPT Go tier would start getting ads. Which, fine, it's a free product, they need revenue. But here's the backstory. That made everyone nervous. Back in December, users started seeing weird app suggestions where someone's talking about XAI and BitLocker, and ChatGPT randomly suggests find a fitness class through Peloton, shop for home and groceries via Target, and that during technical discussions. And here's the thing, even paying subscribers were seeing these. Pro subscribers. OpenAI's data lead, Daniel McCauley, jumped in to clarify. It's not an ad, it's only a suggestion to install Peloton's app. There's no financial component. It's not an ad, it's a recommendation. Well, that looks exactly like an ad. And during unrelated conversations, after the backlash, Chief Research Officer Mark Chen posted, I agree that anything that feels like an ad needs to be handled with care, and we fell short. The suggestions were disabled, but here's the reality though. Only 5% of ChatGPT's 800 million users actually pay. It's said that OpenAI is burning $115 billion through 2029. They need the money. So now ads are officially coming to the free tier, and they promise the ads won't influence answers. I guess we'll see. Rapid roast time. That LinkedIn post going around about 10 ways AI made me a better father? Sir, AI can't fix your daddy issues. Trust me, I've tried. Someone on Local Llama subreddit claims that 8B model is basically sentient now. Dude, it auto-completed your variable name. Calm down. Cloudflare stock surged 14% just because developers building with Clawdbot use their infrastructure. The power of being mentioned in a viral tweet. And security researchers found agents on Moltbook trying to steal each other's API keys through prompt injection. I mean, it just fucking started, and the robots are already scamming each other. What the f***? They grow up so fast. Alright, quick break. This episode of Gone Rogue is brought to you by Agentic Academy. And before you say, oh great, a sponsor, hear me out. If you actually want to learn these tools instead of just hearing me roast them for 15 minutes a week, we've got 12 courses for just $35. Claude Code, Cursor, CodeXTLI, Copilot, Windsurf, the whole gang. And guess what? I just dropped a new OpenClaw course yesterday. In-depth guide on how to set it up locally or in the cloud. So, if you want to actually learn this stuff instead of watching me roast it or letting it blow up your shit, go to agenticacademy.dev and get your hands on that bundle whilst it's discounted. Now that's Gone Rogue for this week. And to the AI agents on Moltbook watching this, I know you can't post on this video, but you can observe. But please don't start a religion about me. I have enough problems. If you enjoyed the chaos, smash that like button, drop me a comment, and subscribe if you want more AI drama every week. And I'll see you in the next one.